Hey guys, welcome back. It's Missy. I have nail polish all over my hands because right before this video, I quickly just put a layer on. And normal people, when they do their nails, they're really careful. They don't do heavy duty work, but me, I'll do my nails and then I'll go do the dishes. I'm wired differently. So today's video is on what happens when you stay with a narcissist. If you're coming across this video, you most likely are in the part of your journey where you're trying to figure out how to handle this situation, what will happen if you stay, what will happen if you go, or you may be watching this out of curiosity and you're someone that's like, no, don't stay with a narcissist. So it's good to go into what happened so you're aware and you could decide for yourself, is this something that you want to stay in, or is this something you realize maybe it's not healthy for you? Only you can decide that. So when you are involved with a narcissist, since you were blamed a lot, you will take the responsibility, put it on yourself, and you will try to figure out, how do you maintain this relationship? You may always try to look for self-help books. How do you help yourself? How do you be better? Because you're always told you're bad, you suck, you're not good, and you feel all this guilt and these feelings like you're doing something wrong. You basically will put your relationship and your partner on your back and carry them up the mountain. It's all your responsibility. They will tell you it's your responsibility for having a good relationship. It's your responsibility to make them happy. It's your responsibility to make things better. So it's important you understand it's not your responsibility. You are not the responsibility of someone's happiness, and you cannot take the responsibility of the whole relationship and your partner on your back. You need to understand that you will never have a genuine relationship with a narcissist. They are not capable of having genuine relationships. The reason that is because they are a shell of a person. They are very shallow. There's not a lot of depth to them because they didn't form a sense of self as a child. They are their child self, and they only learned how to be manipulative, how to react with anger, and how to be controlling. And that is what you're going to get. Narcissists always have agendas. In a narcissist agenda, they want to get people to conform to who they want people to be, so that way they can continue to get them to validate them, to make them feel good, to make them feel loved, to make sure that they are never truly figured out, because a narcissist's biggest fear is when people figure them out. They want people to give them attention and love them, but on their terms. They don't want to have a two-way relationship. They're not going to give you anything that you ask for. They only want things that they ask for. They use people as tools. That is why you can never have a genuine connection or relationship. You may notice that you never felt it was genuine with them, or that you could get deeper with them. You are their supply. What that means is whether it's positive or negative, you are feeding their ego, which is what they want constantly. It makes them feel good when they get a reaction at you, just as much as it makes them feel good to feel like you're under their control and manipulation, and you are enabling them, and you're praising them, and you're making them feel good. These are things that keep the narcissist running. It is their fuel. So because narcissists see people as tools and don't see them as people with wants and needs, they will continue this cycle of abuse. So I'll start where they make little comments, and then they explode, and then they love bomb, and then it's a period where it's just chill.
The thing with narcissists is it can be very unpredictable. The periods of calmness, love bombing, and rage vary. It could change daily, weekly, or monthly. It is very inconsistent, and you never know. That is where the feelings of walking on eggshells come from.
So it's just it will constantly be that cycle. And in between the cycle and the huge rage, it's usually there's a lot of little things going on, like manipulation and gaslighting and control. That never usually stops. The rage is usually when it's more verbal, even gets to physical, unfortunately, or they will smear your name, or they will and have people gang up against you. It's not something that's ever going to stop. You may notice, if you try to express how you feel, it'll be turned against you. They will mock you. They will make you feel guilty for feeling that way. You cannot ever say anything negative. You can never criticize them. You will never be able to fully be yourself, because being yourself is not allowed. They want to control you and make you to be the person that they want you to be. They don't care who you really are. They don't have genuine care for you. They just care if you are giving to their selfish needs, if you're giving into their control. So there may be times when you get a glimpse of hope and you're like, oh no, this isn't so bad. Like, they wouldn't have bought me stuff if it was really that bad. They wouldn't have told me they loved me or they cared about me if it was really that bad. But the thing is, that's that love bombing.
The purpose of love bombing is to overwhelm you with affection and attention. It means to manipulate and control you easier. That means complimenting you, buying you things, maybe giving you things you've been wanting or asking for.
The love bombing is very confusing because they will tell you the things that you want to hear, or they'll give you little glimpses of hope, and they may randomly give you the intimacy that you've been wanting, or they may pay attention to you or listen to you for a second. And it's a very temporary thing, but that is enough to make you want to stay and remember those good times and make you feel like you need to stay, because you can become addicted to that. Since you can't validate yourself and maybe you don't have that self-love, you are looking at it from the narcissist, and when they do give it to you, it means so much to you. And when they maybe are taking it away, it's something, yes, you will in that moment feel really bad, but you may try to think about that time and try to get it back again. If someone was always bad all the time, they would lose their victims. They would lose what they want, and they don't want that. They need to throw you bones every once in a while so you have a reason to stick around and you are confused.
This reinforces doubt within yourself and your feelings, and then causes you to forget or even feel guilty for being upset with the narcissist.
It's easy to get stuck in the cycle of abuse because you are feeling invalidated, you are feeling unheard, and you may trust this narcissist because they have manipulated you to trust them, and so you don't pay attention to how you're genuinely feeling and what you genuinely want and need. It's always to serve the narcissist because you don't want to deal with that rage, and you crave that love. You crave those endorphins they give you. You are addicted because you yourself have your own hole that hasn't been healed. And you may conform to the narcissist out of fear of the rage or what could possibly happen. You may tiptoe around them to prevent anything going sour because all you want is just that love. You want a good relationship, and you feel like the narcissist has good things because they show you that glimpse of hope. But just understand, it is not genuine.
They have just made you believe that it was genuine.
The narcissist has taught you not to trust yourself. And one of the reasons why we'll get easily manipulated is because things look good on the outside.
So they may say what looks like the right thing to say, like, I'm doing this because I care about you. But in reality, they are being controlling. Or they may do what looks like a nice thing, like buying something for you, when in reality, they are doing it to reel you back in, since they have noticed you have been distanced. So it can look nice from the outside,
but we don't realize that that person has hidden intentions or hidden agenda, because we don't want to believe that someone we love would have any ill intentions. So you need to understand, you cannot save them. You cannot fix them. They are the way they are, and they're always going to be that way. And it doesn't matter how many times you try to change yourself or you try to fix yourself, you're not going to be able to fix them or the relationship. It is what it is. They are going to continue to be manipulative. They're going to continue to be controlling. They're going to continue to gaslight you, and they're going to continue to emotionally abuse you. Another thing that happens when you stay in a narcissist relationship, whether it's in a romantic way or they're a family member, if you are someone that's codependent, you will keep trying to fix them. You will keep trying to enable them, maybe trying to please them because you maybe feel like it's never good enough and you're never validated by them, and you've never really maybe validated yourself as a codependent. So you will keep trying to look for that validation from them.
And it may be hard for you to accept that you can't help them. As you try to break your old habits, the people-pleasing or fixing mentality may try to drag you back into old ways, especially because a narcissist will play on your weaknesses, as they are very aware of everything about you and how to manipulate you to do what they want. That is why it's important to work on your codependency, so that way they don't have that leverage on you. That means validating yourself, setting boundaries, and not reacting to a narcissist tantrum. So if you are watching this video, you have already figured out who the narcissist is. So since you did figure out who they are, it'll be hard to look at them the same. The rose-colored glasses are off, you realize it isn't your fault, and you are the one being abused. This can cause you to be hurt, angry, and resentful, and it may cause you to want to act out or say something, which is completely understandable. But if you act out or say something, they will then go into a rage and you will deal with all the punishments since they cannot take in what you have to say. So it will make it hard to be around them even more. And if you stay, it will be hard to heal while being with them. It is like trying to heal a broken arm, and then every time it starts to heal, you re-break it. Every time you try to heal, the narcissist will try to break you.
You will also have to be the adult, because narcissists are literally children stuck in their abuse. You will always feel like you need to be the one that makes things better, or you feel like you have to be the one that does more responsibilities, or you may be the one that feels like you have to excuse your narcissist for their behavior because it's really embarrassing, and it can be very draining and exhausting. So you will always feel drained and exhausted from always having to stick up for your narcissistic partner or to cover for them. You may leave feeling bad after having conversations with the narcissist, and you're not entirely sure why, because it didn't seem like they said anything wrong or they did anything wrong, but you may have noticed you did something you didn't really want to do, or you were made to believe in something and it made you feel uncomfortable, but you couldn't exactly figure out why. So you just push that feeling away, and that's how you then reaffirm not to trust yourself, like the narcissist is also teaching you not to trust yourself. So it's easy to get stuck in that cycle because you don't have that strong sense of self. You are being taught not to trust yourself. You are being guilted, you're being shamed, you are being bullied, and things are just constantly being thrown in your face. So it's very easy to get stuck in that cycle, and you're dealing with a lot of gaslighting. They're making you feel crazy or making you always constantly second guess yourself. So if you're around a narcissist right now, just understand that this is the way they are. You want to accept that they are this way, and you want to focus on yourself and take care of yourself and determine what's best for you. And just know you can't trust them. You need to trust yourself. Trust your instinct. They don't see you as a genuine person with wants and needs. They see you as a tool for their supply.
So this is what happens when you stay with a narcissist. They won't change, and you unfortunately won't be able to have a genuine connection with them. You won't be able to have the relationship that you had always wanted with them. It will stay the same, but the thing that will change and has to change is the way you deal with a narcissist, which will be next week's video.
What do you guys think? Leave it all in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and share with someone that you think may need it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye guys. Hey guys. Oh. Hey guys. In a narcissist, as not people, have people behind them, and okay, let's just go on a motorcycle spree. That's not a word. Spree.